Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Couch Conversations. I am your host, Danny Gyrl, and we are back. We are on season 5, episode 9, and I'm happy to have y'all here. Episode 9, yep. I'm happy to have y'all here. The season is almost over, y'all, so y'all need to stay tapped into these last couple shows. I think we got 3 or 4 shows left in the season, so y'all want to stay tapped in. All these shows closing out this season are going to be super good. I'll get more into that at the end of the show. One thing I wanted to go over real quick is I have a new segment, y'all. So the new segment is called Church Announcements. We gonna get to it real quick. Let's see what the church announcements are for this week. Ice Hot Royal Dynasty's Majesty Goodlow. She is having a sickle cell anemia, domestic violence, and breast cancer awareness walk and banquet. Special guest speaker Marcus Robinson. The walk starts at 9:30 a.m. The banquet starts at 12 p.m. It is a free banquet. Children are welcome. Saturday, October 19th, 129 West Victoria Street in Long Beach. If you have any questions, contact me. I'll give you the information. Also, I'm going the wrong way. Sunday, November 17th, 2024, pre-Thanksgiving concert presented by DMSB Productions with special guests, the Dynamic Jewels, Kiso Pitchford, DB Milton and Company, and more. Doors open at 4. Concert starts at 5. It is at Triumph Church. If you know where I go to church at, it's at my church. $20 at the door. If you need more information, tap in. Saturday, November 9th, 2024 at 5 p.m. They are having a birthday musical to celebrate Pastor Karen D. Thompson, who is a sweet, sweet lady. Special guest Pastor Prentice Lewis, Vanessa Grundy, Kenneth Williams, Sonia Griffin, Felicia Watson, Shannon Timmons, Bishop Marquise Williams, and more. New Providence Baptist Church, 10200 Normandy Avenue. So that's 102nd and Normandy in Los Angeles. For more information, contact Vicki Williams. Black Greater LA Cathedral Choir. They're having their 3rd Choir Palooza, October 26th at 5:45 p.m. with special guests Raquel Alexander, Faithful Central Worship Team, Misha Pitchford, and Shannon Timmons. Also, they will have the Trilogy Group, so you might want to be there for that. That is Saturday. I believe this is a Saturday, October 26th, 5:45 p.m. The address is 425 South La Brea in Inglewood. For more information, go to GLAC, GLACC, GLACSings.com. Also, every Monday and Friday at Praise Sanctuary, 10807 South Vermont in Los Angeles, right on the corner of 108th and Vermont, they have a food drive. And sometimes they have more than food. Sometimes they have clothes and other things there as well. Mondays at 1 p.m., Fridays at 11 p.m. For more information, reach out to Sonia Pay. And last but not least, celebration of life for all that knew her. Judy Barksdale Ciego, such a sweet spirit. This Saturday at 10 a.m. The location is People Independence Church of Christ, 5856 West Boulevard in Los Angeles. The address is on 59th Street. If you need any information, reach out to Bishop Marquise Williams. Okay? All right, y'all. So we are here today and we are going to be talking about, I hope y'all ready for this, musicians, church, and social media. And the reason I wanted to touch on this subject is because For the last few months now, I've been kind of seeing a lot of things going on social media with pastors and musicians, with musicians and musicians. Um, I've been hearing things about musicians and playing for churches, why they do or don't want to play, what they're requiring to play, and how social media is affecting the musicians. So I wanted to get into this subject today. And our special guest is backstage right now, one of our special guests who will be with us, and that is none other than my cousin slash brother, Mr. Antoine Garcia. So we gonna bring him to the stage. Y'all give Twan a hand.
Hey, y'all. How
Yay!
y'all doing?
All right, so we really want to get into this, and Antoine, I'm happy that you decided to be on the show because it's easy to have these conversations with my cousins. Um, so I know you used to be a church musician. Let's just start there. You used to be a church musician.
Right.
Um, Church musicians have definitely changed since you stopped playing because the requirements now from musicians and for musicians have definitely changed. Um, what was your experience being a church musician?
uh, for the most part, it was fruitful, but I had some instances where I felt like I was disrespected, you know, uh,
Mm-hmm.
whether that be by other musicians or leadership, you know, and um, let's just say, those situations were addressed, but for the most part, it was fruitful. I grew up playing in church. I've been playing in church since I was about 12. You know, me playing in church kept me from, I guess, basically being the stereotypical, this is the black male statistic, just being out there in the street. It kept me from the
Mm-hmm.
streets, playing in church.
Okay.
You know, music helped save me for the most part. I didn't go out there
And
and do nothing crazy.
I can
Go
see
ahead.
that.
Yeah, you
Um,
know.
a lot of church musicians now are not okay. So let me just say it like this: when we were raised, being a church musician was something that they encouraged you to do for the love of God, for the love
Right.
of the church.
Mhm. I see
It
where you
wasn't
get you
about the
go.
pay.
Yeah.
It was not
Right.
about getting paid.
Right. Right.
Now musicians do not show up for less than $200.
And I get it. Absolutely, I understand it because you got to look at it from a point of standpoint of just the skill set alone. Everybody in
Okay.
the church can't play an instrument, right? So from you got to get paid for your skill set and the time that it went into actually learning the instrument. You know,
Okay.
people time. You can't time is something that can't be replenished.
True. That's true.
Straight up. I understand. I feel it. Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. Is the requirement for pay now due more to musicians being more entrepreneurial now than they were 20 years ago? Because 20 years ago, musicians had 9 to 5s. Now, for a musician to have a 9 to 5, the 9 to 5 is secondary. It's not the main thing.
Well,
So, do you think that is kind of what changed how musicians feel about getting paid?
I think yeah, it's more so generational. These young cats, they different, and I get it. They want to work for themselves, and ain't nothing wrong with that. As you should. You
As you
know,
should.
yeah, I get it. I understand. You know, even I'm as I'm speaking right now, I'm at work. And while I was playing for the most part, I was working. You know, so I always look at it like, you know what? If they did pay me, cool. If they didn't. And most of the time they would. That wasn't an issue. I wasn't waiting around looking for my money. My money was there.
Right.
But I didn't look for it as the only thing to stand on and survive. I was all right.
Yeah, and I notice musicians more now, that's kind of, they're surviving on their music. They're literally surviving on the craft. So
Yeah.
they literally are setting their rates. Like I know musicians that charge based on what day of the week it is. Mondays and Tuesdays are slower. Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays are more in demand. And they kind of charge based on what day of the week it is. I know some musicians that charge based on their skill set. Danni don't come out the house. He'll tell you straight up, don't call me for less than $200. Uh
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
sticks to that. And
Yeah.
even managing Danye is kind of like, because every now and then I might call him and say, Danye, I got a gig for you. It's for an hour, but this is how much they charge it. And he like, nah, I'm not coming out. You know,
Well, you got to
so
look at
I
it in
kind
terms of too the gas. You got to drive there, right?
right. And I had to start thinking about this too, especially now that I'm more into my craft more than I was. I get where musicians coming from when they charging you for loading up their equipment, they charging you for their gas, they charging you for their time, because
Absolutely.
that loading equipment thing is a whole thing within itself. Like I have watched Andrew come home on 2 or 3 different occasions in one day and change equipment because he needs this bass for this guitar, this speaker for this bass for this gig. And he might come home, drop off equipment, pack up a whole nother set of equipment, and then go to another gig. So I get the equipment thing now. I didn't for a long time, but I
Yeah.
get it now.
Right. And the rate changes depending on what instrument you book to play too. You know. And then the crazy part about it,
Yes.
I thought about that because he was talking about loading equipment, which is crazy to me because like it seemed like drummers for the most part have all the equipment to load, and they pay rate is not the same as somebody that play keys or somebody that play guitar,
And that's true. You know
and they
what? I
ain't got
feel
the
like
most equipment.
I feel like when it comes to pay, drummers are the bottom of the barrel, and I feel like they just get
Right,
the worst of the worst because they have the most pieces. They need the biggest vehicles.
right.
Because you
Yeah,
can't pack up. Well, I have seen people do it, but it's hard to pack up a drum set in a car. It's really hard.
absolutely.
So
Right,
most drummers have some type of bigger vehicle, which means they're consuming more gas.
right, right.
So
And
I mean, I
you
get
know,
it.
the drummer is the backbone of the band too. On top of that, for the most part, if the drummer ain't right, the sound ain't gonna be right. Which is crazy to me, man.
Yeah,
You think
yeah.
about it.
Um. So another thing I kind of wanted to touch on was earlier this year, especially. It's calmed down a bit over the summer and now going into the fall, but really earlier this year, it was a lot of musicians being disrespected on social media by preachers.
Right,
A lot, a lot, a
right.
lot. Um, Doing praise and worship is one thing, but being a musician is something else. And the way
Mm.
some of these musicians have been talked to, I probably would have packed up my stuff in the middle of service and never returned again. Y'all keep y'all check. Don't call me. Just lose my number and let me go on about my business.
Well, I know you've seen me turn the organ off and walk out before, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because
Um.
it's a zero tolerance for that. Look, you gonna respect me off top. And I've also stated I'd rather be respected more than loved. So it's high, it's up there for me.
I feel that too. Um. One thing that I've been able to witness over the years is I have witnessed several musicians pack up in the middle of a gig. We still laugh at Milford, but if you remember Milford, Anybody that's been to 7660 South Compton Avenue and they remember Milford, Milford would pack up on you if you did something he did not like.
Yeah,
He did not talk about it. He did not argue with you. You would just look up and he would be gone. And he would vanish
absolutely.
into the
Yeah.
ever
Go
after.
for going in the wind. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he'd be gone. Um, I've noticed some musicians are a little more tolerant than others, but I've seen some musicians like pack it up and get up out of there.
Well, with that being said, I've heard some dudes say, they put up with it based on how much they getting paid.
That
And
makes
I
sense.
personally, it don't matter. Look, I stand on my integrity, so I don't matter about the dollar amount and the money. It's not that serious.
Now I ain't gonna
I'm
lie,
gonna make money
Antoine.
elsewhere.
If I was getting paid $700, $700 a
Look,
service, I'll be a little tolerant, Twan. I'll be a little tolerant for that $700
yeah,
a service.
nah, you can't buy, you can't look. We ain't gonna agree on that. Like straight up, you know. Look, and I can show you better than I can tell you. It's coming out my mouth, but I can show you straight up, for real.
So to any musicians that's out there in the comments, I would like to know how y'all feel about what we talking about right now. Y'all tap in, let me know because um I
And
just
I
a
ain't
lot of
mad
the
at
stuff
you.
that
I get it. I get it. Shoot, I mean.
listen, a lot of the stuff that goes on, I just, I kind of be up in the air about. Um, One thing that I feel personally, though, I feel like social media affects musicians and praise teams and preachers, just the whole church scene.
Right.
I feel like social media has kind of, I don't even know what the word I'm looking for. It
You kind
just
of convoluted it to
some things that
yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Andrew said no amount of money is worth any disrespect. Andrew,
Oh my God.
Andrew, Andrew. My children don't need to chime in on this subject, okay? Andrew, we know Andrew ain't tolerated nothing, okay?
No.
If you know Andrew, you know Andrew ain't tolerated nothing. And Andrew will call his mama and daddy quick because he ain't tolerated nothing. He want his money on time. He want to be done with the gig on time. And he ain't tolerated nothing on the in between.
Look, show up on time. Make sure you learn the music. Play the music when you get there, and go home. That's it.
All right, let me get on these musicians real quick about not learning this music. Okay. Y'all need to stop trying to learn the music on the way to the gig. That is not fair to the people that is paying you. Y'all need to take time. It's 7 days in the week. And most of y'all have had this music at least 5 of those 7 days, depending on who you dealing with. Because I know some of these musicians, I've watched it firsthand, get the music 2 or 3 days before time to play it. But if you didn't have the music 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, 14 days, don't be trying to learn the music on the way to the gig and then get mad because you don't know the music and you want your check.
Yeah, that's a little different. Versus it's been some instances where I've gotten the music a day before and had to learn it on the way to church.
That's different. That's different. I've seen Danni do it. I've seen Andrew do it. They'll learn a whole set list and then somebody might call a day or two before and change it. I know it happens. It happens. But when that's not the case, y'all should know the music. Because some of these musicians are not as professional as they think they are, and their ear is not as good as they think it is. And y'all need to learn that music. I'm sorry. Learn it. Listen to it.
Well,
Sleep with it in your ear.
you know what? Most of the church folks they ain't gonna notice. The cast that the musicians gonna know, and the people with the ear and know the music. The church folks ain't gonna know. Shoot, they'll clap anything. What you talking about?
Okay, so now I have to bring up the viral video. Now I have to talk about this video that went viral. I think it was a week or two ago. Shout out to whoever filmed the video because I done got me some kikis, and if it come down my timeline right now, I'ma laugh all over again. Whoever at Nissan's church that recorded that
Oh,
man playing
oh
Storm out
man.
in the ocean.
Oh man. Yo.
I'm glad somebody told us what the man was playing. Thank you to whoever put the song in the caption. I appreciate you. I usually don't talk about people and I just let them be and I might laugh and kiki, but that was a key point of learning the song before you show up.
Look, I'm gonna let you have that one because I don't indulge in that. Look, because
I'm just saying, like,
I understand what music means to me.
uh-huh.
And you never know what Cat was going through, and look, but at
Okay,
the
then
same
I'm
time, look, also it's an order to things too. So well, like I said, I'm gonna leave that one alone. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna let you
okay,
have
so
it.
in that instance, I'm not sure if the musicians, the singer, or the church knew what he was playing. I'm just saying. I was a little confused.
So, I seen the video and
Andrew
then
said,
I
we
went and
play in church for God, and we know that.
uh
Oh, go ahead.
no, I was listening to the Andrew comment. I wanted to hear what he said.
Oh, he said, we play in church for God, and we know that. But if we make it like a 9 to 5, I'll treat it as such.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
I get it. That goes back to
Uh,
musicians that are being entrepreneurial and living on their day to day music.
you got to separate the business side from the actual spiritual side. Those are two different things. Sometimes people, like I said, they get convoluted and intertwined, and those two separate things.
Okay. Um, so I wanna kind of go off into another segue of this. I want to know, and I want to know if it's any praise and worship people that's watching. I know Caleb was watching. I'm not sure if he's still watching. I want to know if it's anybody out there that does praise and worship that's watching. What is the deal with the praise and worship leaders wanting to get paid? I cannot understand that for the life of me, but I want to know. Um,
I'm gonna
somebody asked me,
advocate
was
for I'm gonna advocate for musicians. They musicians too. They singing. You a musician. You a singer.
okay.
Your voice is your instrument, right? So I'm advocating for them. Let them get.
I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna just keep it
Yeah.
real. Outside of
Okay.
my regular 12 o'clock service that I do, if you ask me to sing, I'm gonna charge you.
Right.
That's what it is. I charge $50 a song, starting at $50 a song. Okay,
Yeah.
not $50 a set, $50 a song. Okay. At 12 o'clock service at the church that I go to every Sunday, where I'm a member and I'm the minister of music, I could not imagine asking them to pay me. Is that just
Mhm.
me?
The dynamic a little different though. You got to look at it like that. You know, it is a family church. We kind of in there since what our great grandparents, so it's a little different. You know,
I've been to
but
other churches and I just can't, it's not in me to charge.
mm,
Now, if you want me to come sing after 2 o'clock on Sunday, now you on my personal time. If you want me to come sing Monday through Saturday, but at the church where I'm a member,
uh,
I just can't see it. I can't see it.
well, if you're taking the time to learn the music too, just like the musicians are, then there it is. And once again, it's that time. Get paid for your time.
Okay. 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 Andrew on the road tonight. He said
Here
the
we
Bible
go.
itself says your gift will make room for you. You will not prostitute
Yeah.
my musicianship, singers or player. Okay, Andrew want the whole crew to get paid. Okay,
Sir
Andrew.
Doc. There it is.
Okay, Andrew. Well, I need to start charging in. Shoot, charge for my craft. Cause Lord, I done been to school. I didn't study. I didn't had to take lessons. I didn't had to learn. I'm still learning music. Danye teaching us songs on the spot. Somebody need to pay me just for Danye making me sing on the spot, trying to teach me songs on the spot. Cause he got the bad habit. Danye be doing us dirty. Okay. Danye had me and Antranice up there singing. We didn't know the song, and he over there directing, and we tried to figure it out. I know the song now. Somebody sung it at Praise in the Park, and I was in the background singing for him because I know the song now. See, I need to get paid for that type of stuff, the shenanigans. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to see, the musicians is out here, and I just be kind of wanting to know, like, okay, I have a question for the musicians that are watching. I know it's some watching because I can see who's watching. For the praise and worship leaders that are watching, the praise and worship singers that are watching, I have a question. As a musician, as a praise and worship leader, do y'all come out on Sunday for less than $150? Because I've seen some posts where churches were looking for musicians. They were offering $150 a Sunday. And the musicians were on the comments going in.
Well, here's the thing. Does the skill level meet the requirement? You got to get like that. Look, you get paid for your skill level.
True.
Straight up.
Okay. And I get that. I get that. So is it that, let me see. Is it that the $150 that's being offered to come play, is it that it's not enough, or is it the wrong time? Because one thing that I've noticed, Craig Brockman always brings up peak hours.
Mm.
When you see him on Facebook and he's talking about musicians being hired, he brings up peak hours, and he's not the only one. He's the one I've just seen do it the most. So I guess peak hours are between 10 and 12.
Right. Oh,
So
yeah.
you charging more for that time on Sunday between
Absolutely.
10 and 12?
Well, what it is, most church services. That's they morning worship. That's the
So those are
peak
the
time.
peak hours.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those hours are worth more than the rest of a Sunday.
And then once again, the skill level. You got a lot of cats to play, but uh, I
I
I'm
get
gonna
it.
talk about the cat in the video. You got a lot of
I
cats to
get it.
play like
I
that.
get it. Um okay. Here we go. Andrew's chiming in again. I learned from people like Jazz, Javad, Beat Up, Jason Dees, Garrison Brown, etc. There's a difference from just playing your instrument and actually playing the record with the band the right way. Oh, now we opening up a can of worms. Okay. So
Yeah,
there's a difference between just playing the song and playing the song the right way.
play it the way we wrote. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely,
Hmm.
absolutely.
Now, with that being said,
That's a skill set too, though, to be able
that
to
is
play it
definitely a
correctly.
skill set. It triggered something in my head. That is definitely a skill set because I have heard some of y'all play the song, but y'all wasn't playing the written song. Y'all was playing y'all version of the song, and we could just kind of know what it was.
Right.
So, okay. Now, that comment opened up a can of worms for me now, because now I can visually see the difference in skill set. See, I never thought about it like that. Now I see why some musicians are worth more than others. Because you
Absolutely.
actually getting what you pay for
Oh yeah.
on
And
on
then
another
everybody,
level.
everybody, a band that plays all of their parts like they should. You know, we call that lock. When you lock, it's a difference versus
Okay,
everybody just playing.
got you. So, oh, excuse me. I've noticed, I've been places and I've heard more experienced, more skilled musicians criticize certain things that maybe I couldn't hear or
Mm.
wasn't paying attention to, or maybe wasn't looking for. Um, and I wondered like where that criticism came from. But now that you say that, the song itself was written a certain, because I have heard people play a song and you know what song it is that they're playing, but they're not playing the song. Do that make sense?
Yeah. Well, and then don't let it be a musician that hears it that has perfect pitch too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Automatically.
That's another thing. Um,
I mean, it ain't even gotta be that, but I just brought it up, like, you know.
I get it. I get it. Um, so this is giving me a different outlook on musicians. I had to have this conversation because now I need, I be wanting to know why the musicians be going in so hard on these posts on Facebook where they be like, oh, 10 o'clock service is looking for a musician for 175 every Sunday, including rehearsal. And the musicians, like, they go in every time, every time. So now I get it. I get it. And then I'm not gonna lie, I do take into consideration the resume. That's
Yeah.
kind of where my mind gets stuck at, is the resume. Um when you have a certain caliber of musician, you can't expect them to come out for a certain price.
Right.
Um
Um,
I get it.
Here's the thing though, you know, you got a lot of cats that play with secular artists and people all over the world, you
Right.
know, and got well taken care of. So why would they, come back home to something that's not an opportune situation, like a situation that's at their advantage. Why would, gotta look at it like that.
Andrew said, if you're on a tour, the object is to play for the artist first. It's their song, and then the audience, the MD, the band itself, etc.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So, see, I'm getting this from a different, I'm a promoter. I like to stay in my little promoter lane, and I don't have conversations with musicians. I hire them and let them do their thing. I
Yeah.
I don't tell a musician what to do. I don't play no music. And one thing that I learned from Chuck, rest in peace, I don't play no music, so stay in my lane. If Chuck ain't told me nothing else, he told me that on several occasions. I don't play an instrument, so stay in my lane. So I stay in my lane because I don't play an instrument. So yeah, I have to get with the musicians and get these answers because I be wanting to know. I be wanting to know. I be wanting to know.
Look, what Andrew said, that you play what you hired to play. That's what you hired for. Play the record.
Play the record. Okay. So I know every musician has experienced this. What do you do with the rogue band member? The band member that don't want to rehearse, the band member that don't want to learn the music correctly, the band member that won't stay in their lane. What do you do with the rogue band member?
Just like a job, right?
You just let them go.
Gotta go. Straight
Okay.
up.
All right. Andrew's chiming in. Andrew, you should have just been on the show. If I'm on stage just playing anything, only other musicians know what that is. The audience could care less. They just want to dance. Oh my God. Is that what is? Oh my God. Okay, you know what? I would say that, but I do have somewhat of an ear. And if I'm somewhere and the band ain't right, I'ma hear it. Especially if it's a song that I really, really love, and I could tell you who is messing the song up. I can tell you. I could tell you, baby. Sometimes it just don't be good. If you got a rogue member, he's fired immediately. No questions asked. He gets sent home that night. Hey,
Right.
let's throw a spin on there, Andrew. What if you on tour with the rogue band member? Then what do you do?
Man, yo,
I've never been on tour with a rogue
I,
band member. It seems
I
like
heard
every
a
time I've been on tour, it's been with family and friends.
I heard of situations where they didn't got left in the middle of wherever they at, or they got their bus ticket on the way back home and hired somebody else and had them come out. So it's like that.
Eee.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
not get left where you at
yeah. I mean, they give them a bus ticket though, train
to
ticket.
send you back home. Just goodbye and replace them in the middle of the tour.
Yeah, they got their replacement waiting.
Oh
If they
wow.
smart, that's what they gonna do anyway. They understudy.
That's interesting. Listen, if y'all musicians out there, y'all better act right on the road because apparently this is really real and it's going down and y'all don't want to get left nowhere and get a bus ticket home. Okay? Jeez. Um, that's interesting. Replacement.
Hey,
Chanel.
call
Woo.
somebody else up
Okay.
real quick. In a heartbeat.
Chanel said replacement. Okay, let's see what Andrew got to say. He's replaced immediately. The artist won't even say nothing to them. If you good with the MD, they inform you you're fired. If you're good with the MD. So the MD might not even tell you that you're fired. You just get a ticket home. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Oh, wow. Okay. Listen, don't ever go on the road with me because Andrew is my MD and he will fire you and give you a bus ticket home. She said, "Yep, go bye-bye." Oh my
Well,
God.
look,
Either way,
that
you're fired. Oh Lord.
should be established before you hit the road, though, whether or not everybody got chemistry and they gel with one another. You know,
So, sometimes people will have chemistry when you leave, and sometimes when you get on
they
the
put on that
road, it go a
mask.
little
Right,
to the left.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Uh, my
Especially when you
mama
spend
was
enough time with
very,
people. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
My mom was very specific about who she traveled with. She said she needed to travel with family because she knew her family. She knew what they did and all of their habits and yeah, that's why we only traveled with family.
Right.
Oh Lord, Andrew, you done got fired by your daddy and replaced by
Oh
Maddie.
no, come on, man. Look, at the end of the day, and I know Jazz love you, man, but it's a business.
He fired you the day of. Oh my God,
uh,
where was
man,
I at? Wait a minute. Chanel said Andrew, I remember you telling me, and you was mad. Oh my God. Okay. Why nobody told me? What is going on? Huh?
Man.
Jazz, we need to have a talk. You done fired my child.
Hey, what you do though, man? What you?
Wait a minute. He said it, then we got home and he said, I love you, son.
Right.
Did you get paid still? Did you still get paid? Oh Lord, not fired the day of. Lord have mercy.
Because that's
Oh
pops. That's
my.
because that's pops and you, mama. So men and women gonna love different, parent different.
Well,
That's
hey,
all that is.
my mama fired me for Chuck. So, you know,
Damn.
I guess the person
Well,
with the most skills get to stay.
can't be mad at that though, at all.
Andrew
Yep.
said
Business
business
is
is business.
business.
I know business is
Right.
business. Okay, so let me tell y'all, business is business in this house, okay? And when I say business is business, everybody in this house make money off each other, okay? Because yeah, we separate business from family, okay? When it comes to business, I am the manager. I get paid for my services. When it comes to
Right.
services, my children do what they do, and Andrew has got to the point where he want to get paid for his services, and if I can't afford to pay him, I let him go on his way because business is business. And for all y'all people out there that be doing business with me, and then you come to my events and you see Andrew and you be like, oh, that's her son. Don't get it messed up, okay? That's my son. But at the events, he not my son. At the events, he is Andrew Brown, and Andrew Brown has to deal with Andrew Brown the way he does business. And y'all be trying to come into the event talking about that's my son, and y'all be trying to talk to him like that's my son, and then when he talks to y'all like y'all are a client, y'all get offended. So I just want y'all to know that my son is my son, but when it comes to business, my son is Andrew Brown, okay? So y'all stop calling me about what my son did while y'all were doing business with my son. My son handles his business and he don't play. I might laugh and kiki a little bit. Andrew is not finna laugh and kiki. Andrew wants the business on the table, and then y'all can laugh and kiki when he get paid. Okay?
Right.
All right. So y'all learn how to do business with me and my child, cause some of y'all it didn't go too good for y'all, and now y'all calling wanting to do business with him after y'all done laughed and kiki thinking that's my son, and he don't want to do business with y'all cause he felt disrespected by y'all's actions. So I just want to throw that out there to y'all. Business is business. I like how y'all do that too. It's necessary. See, Chanel peeped it out. Chanel, I gotta let him do him, girl. Gotta let him do him. So this has been an interesting conversation. I'm gonna stop being so hard on y'all musicians. And if y'all don't want to come out for $150, I understand.
Wait a
And I'm
minute,
gonna
what you
stop
mean
trying to,
hard on us though?
because okay, so I have people that might call me, that I'm friends with, or things like that, and they might be like, oh, could you please ask Danni or Daryl or your dad or Andrew to come out, and I might have like $100 or $150 for them, and then I be begging them like, yo, y'all can't do this for me, this is my friend. See, I'm not gonna do that no more. I'm not gonna do
Right.
that no more. If they ain't got the budget for y'all to come out, then they just ain't got the budget. And shout out to my pops because he is hilarious. I called him for a gig last week, and where I told him where the gig at, he said, daughter, I decline. Amen.
Hey, that's my OG. Shout out to Michael Thompson.
Daughter, I decline. He said they business is not together over there. Well, all right, pops. I appreciate you for telling me, and I know not to send nobody else over there. And if I send y'all to a gig and it don't work out, y'all let me know so I don't send nobody else to the gig, okay? Thank y'all. All right, so this has been a very interesting conversation, and thank you to Antoine for being here, who claims he's camera shy, but he's managed to sit here for a whole 50 minutes. So thank you, Antoine.
It's only because I love you. You welcome. Because
And thank you
yeah,
to Thank you to Andrew, our guest in the comments, who don't want to come on the show but seems to tap in every week with his opinion. And let's see what
My
Andrew
God.
had to say. Pneumatic Entertainment is managed by Divine Entertainment and a subsidiary company of Jay's Retro, which is owned by my father. Business to remain efficient. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we running family business over here. Um, yeah, and I got the whole family in on it. I'm pops on my roster. I got cousins, JDs. If you need a producer, hit me up. I got Andrew, JDs, and Daye and Antoine. So we 4 deep over here so far on my roster. My roster getting bigger, y'all. So just if you need something, call me, okay? I got somebody for you. Trust me, I do. This is his way of supporting. I know. I'm gonna get him on here eventually though. So thank you to everybody once again. And it's time for me to run my commercial break. For some reason, I just be forgetting about these commercials. So we'll be right back. Y'all stay tuned. Give me 2 minutes. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Steve Wilkos, and if you guys are looking for a great store for adult entertainment, then check out Sex R Us. Samantha Robinson has everything from lingerie to those adult gadgets you can't find anywhere else. So, hit her up.
You know I'm looking clean when I step up on the scene, looks bling. Pop in and get you what you need. You know I'm looking clean when I step up on the scene, looks bling. Pop in and get you what you need. Come see what you can fit in, baby. You won't regret it, baby. You looking good, but that bling will make you better, baby. See what you can fit in, baby. You won't regret it, baby. You looking good, but that bling will make you better, lady. Lux, bling, shout out Luxus, bling.
I ain't make it this far by letting niggas play around with my name, no. I'm only here to get what I came for. We ain't in the same boat. My nigga, this a yacht over here. And my name still buzzing, I ain't dropped in a year. Top drop, letting wifey hair blowing the wind off the Pacific Coast Highway. Only do it the flyway. She looking like Beyonce mixed with a little side day. Monday through Friday, nigga, you know how I play. Looking through these capers, only seeing the paper like born hustler. Shit is all in my nature. I speak no evil and hear no.
We are back right here on Couch Conversations with our special guests, Antoine Garcia and Andrew in the comments. This has been a very interesting conversation. Shout out to all the musicians. Y'all pay these musicians what they want. Stop trying to cheaping out on these musicians. Y'all pay these musicians what they want. They having to learn music, rehearse the music, drive to your gig, pack up their equipment, unpack their equipment, repack their equipment, drive home from your gig. Some of y'all be having gigs. Listen, y'all be having gigs in Lake Elsinore, and y'all be having gigs far away from the city. Y'all know most of these musicians live in LA. Y'all be having them drive to Timbuktu, and then y'all want to give them $200. No, y'all do these musicians right. If your praise and worship leader want to get paid, slide them a little change. They out here learning these songs. They got to be on the right key, on the right note. You know, we they pulling it together for y'all. So y'all pay these people what they want and stop trying to embarrass these musicians. If you a pastor, do not embarrass your musicians. Don't let nobody else come into your church and embarrass your musicians. y'all protect y'all musicians, because when they get up and walk out and you be trying to look for another one, you might not find one because another musician might not want to come in for that $200 a Sunday. So y'all need to get right and get together and treat these musicians good. And let's see what this say. And if they agree to your budget, don't get happy trying to slide in side extras, because it's annoying. Yes. If they say they gonna do rehearsal and church, don't be trying to have them come out to Bible study and the pastor's anniversary and do the 3:30 service across town at your buddy church. That ain't in their budget. They showing up for rehearsal and your noonday service at church. That's it. Y'all stop doing these musicians like this, okay? I'm just saying, like, I deal with musicians all the time, and y'all don't know how many times I done had to go chase my clients' money. And I don't like having to do that, because y'all know I'm a nice person and I be trying to be sweet. But when they tell me they didn't get paid or that they money short, a different side of me comes out, and then y'all be looking at me like I'm wrong. I have clients to protect. I'm a manager. That is my job. Okay? Especially when it comes to mine. Okay? Now, any closing words, Antoine?
Sitting there. Well, I was just gonna say that ain't the best feeling, sitting there waiting on your bread, especially after you work.
Right. Right.
But
okay, let's see what this say. A musician's personality has a lot to do with their pay as well. You're not going to want to pay anyone with a shitty attitude, just being honest. Oh, okay. And let me say this to all the musicians. Yeah. I have an issue with this. I'm just gonna tell y'all this on a personal note. If I hire you to come out to a gig, please get dressed for the gig. If the gig is a wedding, get dressed for the wedding. If the gig is a funeral, get dressed for the funeral. If you're going to sing, I done sent some singers out to gigs. I ain't really had no issues with my singers going out dressed inappropriately. But y'all stop showing up in t-shirts and jeans and joggers. Y'all put some damn clothes on. Act like y'all got some sense and some home training. Don't nobody want to pay y'all to show up looking like you just drug yourself out the damn bed, okay? Y'all get dressed for whatever the gig is and be dressed appropriately for the gig, okay? Just want to tell the musicians that on that note.
Hygiene, because I've been in some situations where, like you said, just drug out of bed. But if we gonna be real and honest about it, also make sure the hygiene is up to par.
Okay, they in the comments talking about put some clothes on and wash your behind. And Antoine said get y'all hygiene together. And I'm gonna tell y'all this too. I'm gonna need y'all to the musicians that smoke weed, I'm gonna need y'all to make sure that y'all are constantly brushing y'all teeth, because you smoking weed and then you go talk to somebody and then your breath is funky because it smells like that backwood you just smoked. So I'm gonna need y'all to have some gum, some mints, some toothpaste, toothbrush, something. Y'all put some lotion on y'all hands. Put some socks on y'all feet. Y'all come out dressed appropriately, okay? Because I have heard people talk about the way these musicians dressed. Somebody said y'all smelly. Stop. Get yourself together, okay? Don't just party all night on Saturday and drag yourself up on Sunday and show up to the gig, okay? So as much as we want y'all to be respected, we want y'all to be respectful. Respect the people that hire you. Respect the gig that you're doing. Singers, the same thing. Y'all be up there singing and y'all funky breath be on that mic, and then y'all pass the mic back and the mic be smelling like hoo-ha, okay? I'm gonna need y'all to not do that. Some of these churches, y'all need to clean y'all microphones. Y'all need to take them apart, dip them in some soapy water, dry them, put them back together, spray them with a little Lysol. Get y'all microphones together. But I can't defend y'all if y'all not doing right, okay? So if y'all showing up to the gig and y'all ain't dressed and y'all stink, your hands ashy, your hair ain't combed, listen, I know some of y'all are spending a little much on haircuts. I've seen that haircuts now is like $60. If you need a haircut,
okay, low end.
If you need a haircut, I do have somebody that will plug. If you know JD's cuts hair on the side, okay? He will hook you up. If you don't have the $60 to go to the barbershop, call JD's, let him pull up on you and cut your hair. If you in the city, you know JD's. Let him cut your hair. Y'all need to stop coming out looking like y'all are unkept and homeless. It is not a good look, okay? I don't care how good your skill set is. You need to stop coming out looking like that. It's not okay, okay? Now, any closing words, Antoine?
Uh, no, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being
It's
here.
been fun.
It has. And thank you for being here. Thank you to everybody. Um, let's see. Next week, I want you to be back. We have Big Gov, who will be returning to the show for his second time. We're going to talk his new music, his new projects. We haven't talked to him since he came out to the Cannabis Fest back in July. So we got 4 months worth of catching up to do. So make sure you are tuned in for that. I am super excited to have him on the show next Wednesday. He's just a dope guy. So I'm really excited for that. So make sure y'all come back for that. If you would like to submit a commercial for Couch Conversations, please email us at couchconversationslive@gmail.com. You can also keep up with Couch Conversations on the website at divinemanagement.weebly.com/couchconversationslive.html. You can also reach out by phone 702-578-6716. You can find us on social media platforms at Couch Conversations Live. And please go subscribe on YouTube at The Real Danny Girl for all the exclusive footage that I do not post on social media. There's stuff on there that you will never see on social media because of the people that follow me on social media, and some of that stuff don't need to be on their eyes. But y'all can always go and catch me on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe. And I think that's it. Let's see what this last comment say before we tap out. Travion and the Zion Messengers are a great example as young and professional. Regardless of what people say about them, they are always dressed to the T. They are on time, they do they set, and they leave. Much love to them, all love here. You know what? That is a very, very, very true statement. I have never seen the Zion Messengers looking out of place. They show up to the gigs. They look on point. They're always together. Their uniforms are together. They put they all into their performances. They go home. They not out being messy. They not doing none of that. I agree. Shout out to the Zion Messengers. All right. So thank y'all. Make sure you tune in next Wednesday night at 8 p.m. with our special guest, Big Gov. Let me just run y'all down for the rest of the season. So y'all make sure y'all want to stay tapped in for these last couple shows. Next week we have Big Gov. We'll be talking about all his new music and new projects. October 30th. I am so excited for October 30th. October 30th. We have the legendary dancer, choreographer, to the stars. He's choreographed for Aaliyah, Dr. Dre, everybody. He done dance for everybody. Richard Swoop White Bear will be here. I've been following him since the 90s when he started dancing for Hammer. So he'll be here, and I'm excited to interview him. On November 6th, we will have Rocco Lacey here, and we'll be doing an open conversation with Rocco. Trust me, y'all are going to want to be here for that. I have some things in store. Y'all got some surprises in store. But, yeah, Rocco Lacey. And then, November 13th is our season finale, and we will have Miss Nika here. And we're going to go back to the beginning of Couch Conversations. For those of you that don't know, Miss Nika was the original sponsor that we had for Couch Conversations, who helped us brand Couch Conversations. She helped us launch Couch Conversations. She has been a very intricate part of this podcast. So we will be having her here for the season finale as we look back over Couch Conversations. Y'all still putting comments in. Let me go read some more comments. Facts, but don't separate them like that, Andrew. Oh, yeah, I think he it's okay to separate them. They're not the only ones, but for their age group, Chanel, they really are different. They're built different. Antoine. Andrew said, love you, Bubba. Start selling them tracks, man. Your music sounds just as good as ours. Promote yourself. I have to agree.
Right.
And y'all stay tuned, because Twan,
Yeah.
Twan sent me a track. That's my next single. I've been working on it for the longest, but Lord, I'm actually really working on it now. So y'all
I
stay
got some
tuned.
stuff coming. Got stuff coming.
Me and
It's
Twan,
just in the works, and I procrastinate, but it's coming.
me and Twan got
It's
some
coming.
stuff coming out. Um, you're a great pianist, not just a keyboard player. You know knowledge. Travion said, Andrew, man, thanks, Cuzzo. Thank you, man. That means a lot. It's not easy at all, man. Oh, God. Shout out to Travion and the Zion Messengers. Thank you to everybody for being here. We will see you back next week. And as always, I end every show by telling you peace. Have a divine night. See y'all later.